Did you know your email address has an invisible reputation score that determines whether or not your emails land in people's main inbox versus whether or not they land in people's spam or promotions folder? In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a custom email domain using Google Workspace, and I'm going to show you how to set it up in such a way that it gets the highest deliverability possible for your business emails. At this point, I've set up probably close to 50 Google Workspace custom email addresses for my business and other businesses that I work with. I'm going to show you everything you need to know. And stick to the end of the video, because once you have your custom email address set up, I'm going to share with you all of the secrets that I've learned about email marketing that allow you to make a tremendous amount of money for your business using your email list. Let's start off by looking at Google Workspace's pricing plans. For most people, the business starter plan is going to be adequate, $7 a month. It's going to give you all the features and all the storage that you possibly need. Now, if you have a larger team, you need access to more storage, you want more access for Google Gemini, you want your meetings recorded, you want other features like that, you can consider upgrading to one of the other business plans. But for now, I'm going to just assume you want to go with the most basic plan. You can, of course, always upgrade later. And real quick, if you use my referral link down below for Google Workspace, it'll actually give you 10% off for the whole year. So I highly recommend and I greatly appreciate if you use that. Thank you. So let's get started by clicking Start a Trial under Business Starter. To begin with, they're going to ask you some basic information about your business, like your business name, how many employees you have. I assume that's because they want to just kind of gauge how many actual emails you're setting up, because you can have your whole team attached to your business domain. So I'm going to enter this, just me, and then I'm going to hit Next. Now it's going to ask for your first and last name, and then whatever your current regular email address is, your personal Gmail or whatever, fill that out. Next, it's going to ask you if your business already has a domain, like a main website that you're using. And this is what we're going to attach our Google Workspace account to. So just hit yes, assuming you already have one, which I assume you do. And then you're going to enter whatever that domain name is, and then hit next. And then it's going to ask you to confirm, just hit next again. Now you're going to choose what the actual custom email domain looks like. For most people, this is just going to be your first name at yourbusinessaddress.com. In some cases, you might want to set up help@yourbusiness.com, or maybe you're setting this up for another team member, but this is where you customize that. And this is where you're also going to set a password. So in my case, I just want my domain to be my name at mybusiness.com. Then you're going to hit agree and continue. Now at this point, we're going to be starting a 14-day free trial, but it's going to ask you for your payment information rather. And if you use my link below, you should get a discount at this page. So let's continue with this. Right here, it's going to ask you to review the payment plan that you selected. And then under the payments profile, you're going to click on this, enter your business information, your billing address, your business name, etc., and submit that. And then you're going to add your payment method, which I'm going to do really quick. Then you're going to hit agree and continue. Now at this stage, if you have a whole team of other people you want to attach to this business domain, you can add each of them as users. Each one of those people will be charged the Google Workspace subscription, or it'll be charged your business card rather, but each one has their own active subscription, but you can have your whole team attached to your business domain. So at this point, you want to enter each of their first and last names, the username that they're going to have attached to the domain, their name at yourbusiness.com, and then some kind of email, their personal email usually, for the sign-in instructions, and then you can just add as many users as you want. But for now, I'm not going to add any team members. I'm just going to skip this stage. Now we're going to actually set up the domain. We have to verify that you actually own the domain name. And so you're going to have to verify this with whatever your domain host is. Maybe that's GoDaddy or something similar. So that's what we're going to cover in this stage. In my case, I'm using GoDaddy, so I'm just going to sign into GoDaddy here, verify that I own this domain. Now, just click Explore Google Workspace. At this stage, they're going to just survey you with some questions. You can basically skip this. I'm going to just click Connect with Customers and hit Continue. Now at this stage, on this page, they're going to give you a little checklist of stuff that they recommend you do. Everything from setting up two-step verification, using Gemini, which I don't personally use, but some people use it, setting up your workspace, adding your logo, personalizing your profile, scheduling events, starting meetings, etc. You can go through this if you want. For now, I'm just going to skip all of this. Go to the top right here, click this drop down, and then click Admin. It's going to say, welcome to your account. It's going to give you a little agreement that you want to select. Hit I understand. Now you're brought to the Google Workspace admin dashboard. Now at this stage, we're going to set up some of the more technical stuff. Bear with me. We'll come back to that. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the users section. If you click Manage, it'll show you all the users that are attached to this new domain. And at this screen, this is where you can reset people's passwords, you can rename people, you can remove people from your organization, etc. So all those options are up here at the top, add new user, bulk update, etc. And just really quick, if you enjoy guides like this, on my channel, I talk about all things lead generation, ads, webinars, email marketing. And so if you're into that type of stuff, you're a business owner that's trying to improve their lead generation, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks. We're going to add 3 things to your DNS settings that ensure the highest possible deliverability so that you can verify that you actually own this email address and that people aren't spoofing it. And it's going to increase the probability that your emails actually land in the main inbox. And the 3 different variables are DKIM, DMARC, and SPF. So without getting too technical on you, DMARC is like a digital signature for your emails. It's a tamper-proof seal that proves an email really came from a sender, and it prevents email spoofing. And then DMARC is like a set of instructions that email servers see, what to do with emails that come from your domain. And then SPF is like a little rule book, which tells servers which emails are allowed to send from your domain. So if we set these 3 things up, your deliverability is going to be much higher. It's very easy to do this, so I'm going to walk you through each one really quickly. So let's start with DKIM. This is something we can do directly from our Google Workspace admin panel. So go back to your admin console and just type DKIM in the top. And you'll select this first one, DKIM authentication. Now it's going to show the domain that you just attached to your Google Workspace account. Now you're going to want to open in a separate tab. You're going to want to open whatever your domain host is for this particular website address. I'm using GoDaddy. You might be using something slightly different. All these domain hosts use basically they're going to use the same basic features. The buttons are obviously going to be in different places, but just try to follow along depending on what you're using. If you're using GoDaddy, this will be perfect for you. So just select whatever your domain is, and then you're going to go to the DNS settings, and then you're going to add a new record. Now go back to your Google Workspace, and you're going to select Generate New Record. Now in my case, I already generated this record. I already set up DKIM, but you're going to generate a new record. It's going to give you 2 variables. One's going to be the DNS host name, and the other is going to be the text value that you're going to also paste in there. So let's start with the DNS host name. You're going to copy that, go back to GoDaddy or your website hosting provider. Record type is going to be a text, TXT. The name is going to be that host that we just talked about, that we just copied. And the value is going to be the second variable that Google just gave us. So copy that one as well and paste that in there. And then the TTL you can just leave as default. And then you're going to hit save. I'm not going to hit save on this because I already set it up, but that's how you do it. Hit save. Now your DKIM is set up. Next, we're going to set up the SPF, Sender Policy Framework. This is done very similarly as the DKIM. So go back to your hosting provider. We're going to add another record into the DNS settings. Select Add a New Record. And you want to match exactly what I'm doing here on screen. The type is going to be a TXT again. The name is just going to be the @ symbol. And then the value is going to be exactly how I've typed it here. V equals SPF1 include _ SPF google.com squiggly line all. And then TTL is whatever the default is. Mine is set to 1 hour. And then hit save and your SPF is done. All right, the final thing we're going to set up is our DMARC DNS settings. So again, we're going to do the same thing we just did. We're going to go into our domain host, click add a new record. The type is going to be text again, TXT. The name is going to be _ lowercase DMARC. And the value, this is a little bit longer to type out. So I think I'll just copy and paste this and allow you to just copy it directly from the document that I'm using. But essentially, you're going to have all these variables, V equals DMARC1, P equals reject, RUA equals mail to, and then at some point in here, it's going to actually have your domain name. So obviously replace whatever my domain is here and put your domain in. And then again, TTL is whatever the default is, and then you're going to hit save. So I'll give you this document down below. You can copy and paste that. You can copy and paste the SPF as well if you're not confident in manually typing that out. Now, there's one final DNS setting that I almost forgot to mention that we're going to do right now. It's super easy, just like the last 3. It's called your MX record, which is like a postal code for delivering emails into your inbox. So we could do this right from the admin console and from your hosting provider, just like we did with the last ones. So go to your admin console, admin.google.com, and type MX record into the search bar. And then select this first option, MX records. And then you're going to go into your domain host, and you're going to add these records. So from GoDaddy, click Add New Record. Now this time, instead of TXT, we're going to go to MX. The name is just going to be, the name of the host in this case is just going to be the @ symbol, or in some cases you might just leave it blank depending on what your host recommends. And then there's going to be a priority box and a value box, which you can copy and paste directly from the Google admin panel. We're going to add 5 separate MX records. Starting from the top, this one's priority 1. I'm going to copy this. It says priority 1 here. I'm going to paste the value. Then I'm going to hit save. Then I'm going to go to the next one. The next one is going to be priority 5. There's going to be another priority 5, priority 10. Just do this 5 times, copy and paste each time. So you're going to add 5 separate MX records. I've already done this, so I'm not going to go through each one, but the process is very simple. Just add 5 separate MX records and then hit save on each one. So now let's just actually get you signed into your actual Google Workspace inbox. You're going to sign into this just like a regular Gmail account. So you're going to go to mail.google.com. You're going to enter your new domain username and then whatever the password they gave you was. Now, if you don't know what your password was, you forgot, or for whatever reason it didn't show up, you can go to home inside your Google admin workspace. So that's admin.google.com. You can select manage users. You'll see a list of the users that you've just registered, and you can reset the password from here. And what that password should get sent to your personal email address. Find that password, use that to sign in. Once you sign into your new Google Workspace inbox, I recommend you compose a new email and send it as a test to yourself, just to make sure you're able to send and receive emails. So send an email to one of your personal email addresses, and then go into that personal email address and reply to it, and make sure you're able to see both of the messages on both ends. If you set up everything correctly, you should be able to send and receive emails as expected. Now, in some cases, the DNS settings take a little while to update, so just bear with it. Sometimes, there's delays, and sometimes it can take up to a day for the DNS settings to properly update. So just be patient with it. But as long as you follow the instructions in this video, you should have no problems. And that's everything. Your new custom email domain with Google Workspace is now fully set up and optimized for deliverability. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to definitely love this other video that I did called How to Do Email Marketing. It's literally everything I've learned over the years about turning your email list into a revenue generation machine using email best practices. And you can't really do that without a proper Google Workspace account, which you now have. So I highly recommend you go watch that video. It'll be somewhere up above. Other than that, please subscribe to this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.